What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So we got this Worlds live stream. We've got Mcabe versus Sehabi. I'm not going to try and pronounce that last name. I'll just end up butchering it. This was the guy that ran Infernity at Nationals and got 6th place, the North American WCQ. And he's playing against Geargia, but he got a game loss for having an illegal deck, so this is really bad. He's got a pretty good opening hand because obviously he was able to get to, well, his opponent has Max C. He opts to use the Max C. I guess, if nothing else, hindering what Sehabi can do. You know, it's not like he can go full spam. I like Max C in the main. I've always liked Max C in the main. In fact, that's the exact hand trap ratio that I'm currently running is, well, I think Sean is running double Valor and double Max C. I chose 3 Max C and what's it called? 2 Valor. He's going on for a full power shuffle. I don't know if that's necessary. He only looked in his deck one time for well, no, he looked in his deck twice, obviously for the Foolish Burial and then once for the Archfiend. So I would say that Mcabe is in a good position. Actually, he's in a fantastic position. Not only did he get a 1-for-1 off his Max C, ideally you always want to get a +1, but the fact that, you know, the fact that he has Valor too, so it's like the next time Sehabi tries to go off, I mean, he already has a counter, and then it's like, I've got more cards than you too. So he sets, I believe that's 5 in the back row and just passes. I don't know if I'm going to do much with my Archfiend, so I might just consider attacking. You know, 5 back row is going to be, that's going to be tough, man. Looks like he does attack. And that was to be expected. I believe he has Geargia Arsenal in hand. I think that's at least one of the cards that I saw. I don't know if he's looking for something that he can set. So, okay, he eventually does set a monster. We see a Blind MST on, that was Fiendish Chain. Probably, if I'm Sean, I'm okay with that. It's not like I was going to get much value out of Fiendish Chain anyway. I mean, I've got Valor in hand. So, you see a Mind Control. I was going to say, one of the only outs that I could really see for Sehabi as far as getting over like an armor would be Mind Control. And I still don't think that Mcabe is playing Geargiano, the original Geargiano. I think he's playing MK2, but I do not believe he's playing Geargiano. So it's Accelerator. I'm thinking maybe you Instant Fusion and then you, what's it called? You exceed using the Accelerator and just hope to God you don't get hit with like a Torrential plus like a Wiretap, because you know you'll eventually have to burn your barrier. Okay, so he's going to go in the battle phase first. He's going to attack. Well, he has Lance in hand. I mean, the way that I look at it is you're playing with house money with the Archfiend. Okay, so he is going to exceed. I feel like I don't like that because he's putting his Archfiend at risk. He gets hit with a Blackhorn. You can't use barrier. Here's the thing. Now you have a dead Instant Fusion. Well, I guess he had Launcher. He had Launcher, so whatever. Now you can't Solemn Warning Launcher, so I guess it's good for him. Okay, Sehabi knew what he was doing. And you know what? It's good because if his opponent has a response to this, which I guess right now it would only be like Valor. He uses he uses Bottomless. I imagine he's gonna burn that Lance. Nope, he barriers it. Okay. And looks like he's gonna trigger that effect. I thought he had Valor, maybe he doesn't. I think he's gonna get a Necromancer. Okay. And I think he gets Necromancer simply because now you can try and 1-for-1 your opponent all day. If your Archfiend dies, it doesn't matter that much because you can just Necromancer it back. He plays Instant Fusion. Definitely has a huge life point lead. This is the first damage that he's actually taken was that 1k from Necromancer. And he gets out, again, I think that's like Kumari Wizard or something like that. I believe that's the dark. I'm not even going to try and guess its effect. I think it's like 1300. I don't think it has effect, but I think it's dark. which it's not really that relevant. It's either dark or wind. Okay, there's the Volval Chain. It's going to activate the effect. Don't be shocked if he sends Archfiend Eris to the graveyard. Okay, I couldn't see exactly what he got. Oh, I think he stacked. I think he just stacked an Archfiend. Okay, so he gets Torrential. That sucks for him. He's got Archfiend on top, but it's going to get warninged. And it does get warning. Wow. Sean Mcabe had the counter of counters, man. And then you see that Sean Mcabe also has that monster face down. For him to have the basic, you know, for him to have the counter not only for the Necromancer, but then to have the counter for the Archfiend on top, I mean, that's too good. And then he flips over Geargia armor, and obviously he'll probably get an accelerator. You see that Sehabi has Lance face down, so whatever he draws next, it's got to be big for him. I mean, it basically has to get him back into the game. You see that Mcabe is making, you know, he's going for Gear Giant X, and that recruits a Geargia Arsenal. If he can get something, you know, maybe a Necromancer, Soul Charge would obviously be pretty good. You know, it could get him 2 monsters back. He could probably try and do some damage with that, considering he has, you know, Archfiend. He's got Necromancer in there. Something of that sort. But this draw pretty much needs to be the heart of the cards. He draws a monster and sets it. That had better be a really, really, really good monster. You see that in main phase 2, Sehabi obviously exchanged his arsenal for an armor, and then he activated Gear Giant X's effect. Looks like he's going to flip that armor, get accelerator. At this point, I think you go for Diamond Direwolf and just pick out the back row. He's got Blackhorn of Heaven, Fire Hands, a Veiler. I mean, I don't know if there's any coming back from this. The Blackhorn pretty much seals it. I know that Sehabi wishes that he had something like a Needle Ceiling, but I just don't see that being. He doesn't have it. What can we say? Again, I believe that it'll make Diamond Direwolf. I think that it'll pop the face down. No, he goes for Gear Giant X. Gets another accelerator. Okay, I mean, I guess it's free anyway, so. He now has armor face up and accelerator. I think he's looking at whatever the best XC is in this situation. I still feel like it's Diamond Direwolf. I mean, he might go Dweller, but it's not like Infernities are historically known to play hand cards, not even siding them. So I just don't see that being a possibility. Okay, so he normal summons Fire Hand. He attacks the face down 10 Goldfish, and he's going to lance it. Unfortunately, it's not going to survive the rest of the attacks, simply because he can just attack with the second Gear Giant X, and then everyone else can just swing for game. Not to mention, he still had 800 extra damage that he could have done for Cowboy. And that's the end of that game. Sean Mcabe makes quick work of Sehabi. I would say that was a match where every time that Sehabi wanted to go off, Sean Mcabe just had the answers. Too many traps. The main deck hand traps obviously put in work because he kept Veiler in his hand the entire time. And then he had the Max C to pretty much cover him for turn 1. So there was no time that Sehabi was just like comfortable. You know, as soon as he got his barrier, Sean Mcabe immediately set 5 in the back row and was like, go. And from that point, once he got armor, it was like, ugh. So, alright, hopefully we'll have a better game, a better next feature match.